about the way? What have you seen from Mobley since he's come back from his injury?
Well, he's shooting the ball and he's shooting it well, and the shot looks a lot better too, Dave. I mean, it seems like there's more arch on it. It looks like he's really been working on it, and and that's fine. And listen, that's the way they want to play. They are a volume shooting team now, man. They're following along with the rest of the league and just hoisting up threes whenever they feel like they need to, and they're playing with a better pace. I know all the analytics support all of that, but Mobley in particular, listen, he's a selfless player, which you love about him. But there's still times, Dave, where I'd like to see him, when he gets the ball, 10 feet from the basket, to put it on the floor and lower that shoulder and get to the rim. And I still don't think that we see enough of that. I think it's great that, he's having the confidence now to step out on the perimeter and shoot, because that's going to only open things up, like you said before, for guys like Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. It's going to create driving lanes for those guys. And, and just getting big guys away from the basket. There's a huge benefit in that. But I've been impressed with him. I like the kid a lot. I like, everything that he always talks about. And I know, from talking to people with the Cavs, how hard he works and how important this is to him. And, that's half the battle sometimes with young players is, what kind of drive do they have? And I know that Mobley is driven. And I also think, along those lines, it's great to have a guy like Donovan Mitchell around, because Donovan Mitchell is going to bring out the best in his teammates. And if he can bring out the best in Evan Mobley, then watch out.
Yeah, and important to note, Evan's a guy that he's still really young. I mean, he's been here a couple years. He only played 1 year of college basketball. I mean, he's a young guy. He's going to get physically stronger still. And when that happens.
Dave, you're right. We forget about that. I think we also forget how young Darius Garland is, and for that matter, how young Donovan Mitchell is. I mean, these are still guys in their mid-20s at the oldest, and still, approaching the primes of their physical powers. And so, listen, the future is still bright here. Obviously, the elephant in the room is going to be the Donovan Mitchell situation going forward. But, in talking to him, even on the side, he does genuinely seem to like it here in Cleveland. I think maybe one of the underappreciated stories that's going on in New York is the ascension of Jalen Brunson. Could be the best thing that ever happened to the Cleveland Cavaliers, because that may check off any idea of Donovan Mitchell going home and playing for the New York Knicks. So, listen, this is a great time to be a Cavs fan. We waited through a couple of tough years there, post LeBron, and I think they're back to where everybody would hope they would be.